high feature number one. This is going to help you, all right, create structure for your body. All right. From that, you're looking for a knee that's in line with the hips. You need to be careful if they are tilting their hips down and up, because when they're in the lift, they're going to be pushing away from the base. I'll demonstrate this when this is up as well. So, on a count, if you're training it in a practice, all right, you want to give them a designated count, whether it be 3, 5, 7, whatever you have in your routine. All right, on the first stage, I want you to hit on 5. So you want to train your flyers to be able to react on your count. All right, so we're going to hit on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the body she's pulling up, she's actually lifting herself while she's on the floor. You always want to tell your flyers, yes, bases do lift you, but you need to be able to lift yourself while you're in the air as well. All right, then from this, if you're doing a variety and you're going to an arabesque, all right, this is where it gets a little bit more technical, because we need a straight leg at the back and not a dipping chest. So we don't want a dipping chest to get your leg higher. You want your chest up, all right, as high as possible, all right, and your hands just in your peripheral vision, so not next to your body, just slightly in front. You can go down. When you are conditioning this, all right, as a coach, when you are conditioning this as a coach, again, you give them a designated count to where it's pulled to. Some are going to be starting out, their legs are not going to start at that angle. You need to be a hands-on trainer. The best trainers are the trainers who are in between their teams and are hands-on with their athletes. All right, so I'm going to ask her to hit a position, all right? When I want her to get to that position a little bit faster and more conditioned, all right, I'm going to assist her to get into that position. All right, okay, you're going to hit on 5, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I'm assisting her to go beyond the point where she needs to stop. Why? So when I let go, it's on the exact point. All right, now from here, it's also going to help her in a stretching position to move on to the next thing. All right, done? All right, then obviously you get variety, you get a scorpion and a bow and arrow. Can you bows? Can you bow doen? All right, can you demonstrate a scorpion? Yep, go for it on your own guard. All right, getting into a scorpion. All right, this is now just the level up from once they've achieved the arabesque. Here you need to be supple and strong within your back and as well in your leg as well. And as you can see, both hands are on the foot. All right, go up like you're setting to hold your foot. You stop there. All right, this is where we go wrong with a lot of coaches, because in the beginning the girls end up warming up. So sometimes they will tilt their whole bodies to fetch their foot that way. All right, and this is as judges where we come in. That's not the way to do it, for her to turn and fetch her foot and then squirm forward. The better execution is if they can kick up into their stunts. So if they're there and not going slow, but if they're conditioned enough to kick up, because that shows me you spent more time on your team, it's more conditioning, it's more effort, it's more structure inside your team. This team is now a little bit higher, on a higher level. All right, so I can just demonstrate that again. So as she's going into it, especially in the beginning phases, all right, when they're fetching the foot, okay, go slowly. Okay, you want to make sure that they are able to turn their foot out. All right, and when you're assisting, you don't pull from the foot. We're just going to assist from the leg and go into the position. All right, so she can get both hands on. All right, thank you. Okay, then moving on to bow and arrow. All right, moving into bow and arrow. All right, that's now moving up your complexity as well as showing flexibility as well. Judges, when you usually see this, when you see that, you do assume, if they only have that, you do assume that they can do the rest. The arabesque, the standing on liberty, because that is slightly harder to balance as her hip is pushing away from her center. All right, so it's harder to hold. But again, you have to watch the holding positions. Okay, holding positions are very important. Can you squat for me and go inside?
Okay.
Yeah.
Welkom so far.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you'll see a lot of teams getting into that position first. Obviously, if they're able to kick up into it, okay,
Yes.
Sorry. Obviously, if they're able to kick up into it, all right, off any of their standing stance positions, again, that's your difficulty going and complexity going up. That's progression for me. All right. Can you guys demonstrate climb to sitting? Yeah, ready? Just climb to sitting. Just climb to sitting. Climb to sitting. Starting. All right. Okay, as you can see, a lot of them bases, all right, we're always trying to promote strong backs. So you don't want to get your base, especially if you have juniors in your team, hunching over. Yeah, I call it cheese curling. In our country, we have those cheese curls that look like this. You never want to see somebody cheese curling. Okay, that's bad posture. They're really using their backs. They're not going to last long in cheerleading then. All right, so here we're promoting straight backs as bases. If you can turn, guys, bases turn sideways for me, please, so they can see. All right, yeah, we're always promoting strong activated chords on all the bases. Okay, hands are always securing the flyers. And again, we are in complete positions with a few motions. All right, motions that you guys were taught. So we always want to be able to see a circle being created, what they call it donuts. Cinnamon buns. All right, you want to see donuts. So we don't want to see knuckles. All right, you want to see donuts. When you have a whole team doing a lot of these, it just neatens it up. Again, we're still practicing structure with the flyers. They always practice holding structure with their bodies. All right, you guys can go down. Thank you. All right. Okay. From there, the progression from that is now climb to standing. All right. From climb to standing, we have now the varieties that were on the leg as well, where you're going into liberty, you're going into heel stretch, but you must be able to hit it on the floor first, then move to the thigh before we can progress onto the shoulders. All right, again, yes, different.
About how they come off from the shoulders, the way they're holding their hands. We normally put
Do you put your hands through? Okay, so you normally just pop the sitting position. Okay, so you normally slip your hands underneath, eh? Okay.
No.
No, over the back. So that's a variety of it. The pop off the front, again, if your base is conditioned enough and they can control themselves enough, all they need to do, all they need to do, your flyer locks her arms, okay, your base drives through his knees and then through his arms and just pushes her slightly forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, and down. Can you see it's always controlled? And it doesn't go out, it stays in and it's very squeezed. So very controlled. Again, the strongest points that bases are close to their bodies. Are really, really close to their bodies. All right. Do you climb to standing? All right, as you can see, climb to standing, bases are keeping their back straight, hands are up. Now instead of just looping over with the legs, they're climbing, all right, all the way to the top. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of holding high up on the calves. Why? You can now squeeze down into the center of your head. All right, and again, like I said, from the variety that was on the floor, now you can start executing it on shoulders. All right, you guys want to pull lips? Yes, and then they're all in libs. All right, and come down, thank you. Okay. All right, coming down again, taking hands, locking out, and just bringing them down slowly. Again, always, base's function is to bring the flyer down as slow as possible. Just go down behind her, hold her hands. Like you're going to do a handstand. Just stand on. Okay, keep your arm straight, hand forward, like you've just brought it down. All right, okay, when the fly comes down, go into your toes for me. All right, you want the flyers to ride the impact through their toes. All right, they go flat, riding into their heels and then into their knees. So you never want them just to land and smack the floor. All right, you need it to go through your toes, all right, into your heels, then into your knees. All right, very controlled. Again, here we're making sure that we're protecting ankles, knees. All right, two of the things that really go in cheerleading, especially guys, is wrists. Okay, girls, a lot of ankles and knees. Especially in beginning phases when they're going up a lot. you know, a lot of the bases are going to be like, sure, okay, Marissa getting sore, or the flyers, if they're landing really hard a lot, they're going to say their shins are getting sore because they're going to start getting shin splints. All right, from that, let's double up. I can double up with you. All right. Now it's 2 bases on 1 flyer. Okay. How much exposure have you guys had with? You've had just there. You've done an extension. All right. Okay. All right. Sherman, this one's going to be for you. We're going to give it a designated count when they're loading to load faster. All right, and again, it can be used in a conditioning cycle in practice. We're all going to do 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So again. Jump 1, 2. So she'll jump 1, 2, but she'll stand ready to catch. So 3, 4 here. That's it. Yeah. Okay, ready? Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, then there's a variety of ways you can come down. You can take hands. All right, and you can pop down. All right, you guys cradle for me, please. Or you guys can cradle where the bases will drive together, driving your feet together, keeping their arms high, and catching as she comes down. Can you see this position? What was the first thing we did today? Hollow body to land, easiest to catch. All right. So that was a little bit of a faster way to load, of them just jumping in with both feet. I know with my primary school, so with my junior kids, I do start with 1 foot in when they did start. So if it would be 1 foot in, it would be 1 foot in there, and then she would jump in, and we would go just up. So obviously the jump in with both feet is just a progression. Okay, bump down fast, okay? From here. Okay, then have you done the extension? Have you guys been exposed to the extension where they're going to jump in and go all the way out? Straight away? That one as well. Okay, okay, we're going to load all the way top to post. Okay, cradle down. All right, okay, okay, we're going to separate this a bit. All right, they're just going to do straight into the top. All right, and cradle from the top. They're going to go setting into the top, coming down to shoulders, and then doing a full twist coming down. And then this side, we're going to go all the way up and full twist from extension. All right, okay. If we're ready, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Chantal first, so you guys just freeze there. Okay, Chantal, ready? Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, all good. Good hollow body. All right, you guys can come down to shoulders, and then we're going to fall. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist, double knee. Okay, she's only supposed to do that. 5, 6, 7, 8. The main thing with the fold over again is, ensuring safety with the flyer. What the flyer is going to be doing, all right, is snapping for her heels at the top. If you're practicing this off the floor, you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, she's going to snap forward as a coach. I'm just going to stop her, obviously, from hitting the floor as she comes forward. But she's practicing the snap and grab her heels. 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1. All right, you want her to be able to fold into that position, because as she comes down, as they pop, an arm will come out to extend and catch. The back spot will always hold on and slow the lift down. So the back spot never really lets go of the lift. As she's coming down, it's delaying it, so our bases are ready there to ensure that they catch. We do something called a wrap catch. All right, so my arm needs to be on her hip on that side. Okay, ensuring if it's not, and she hits me, and she rolls out, that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to prevent her from rolling out. When I catch, I need to be able to catch and squeeze her towards me. All right, you guys.
Okay.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. Good.
Wait, sorry. The base?
Catch. You can do it like that. I personally don't like coaching it like that, especially if you're in the learning phase, because a lot of the time you're not expecting how much weight is going to be here, and it's going to go bump, and your hand is still going to be here doing nothing.
Yeah, that's good.
So when you are off, you're going to drive up, you're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, you're going to shoulder stroke first, so she's weightless when she does her action. She's weightless, you're gonna come off and you're gonna catch. That's how I got the back person always on, slowing it down from top. You want them to do it again? Ready? Okay, and keep it going. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. Good.
Sorry.
Alright, here we're getting weightless, plus it's teaching them to pull everything in. Now we're ready to come down. Alright, do you want to try that? Okay, is there any other fly you'd like to try? Okay, so yeah, so instead of putting, if your arms up, that's cool. Remember on 2, I want you to pull up even more. Alright, as they throw you. Okay? So it's going to be up and then slap on 3. Ready? 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, I've actually started sitting too early. So when it's perfect, they'll go up and you'll see the height, and when they come down, they'll just make a dish. So if they've gone to the dish really early, you'll start seeing their toes go way above their hips. And you don't want, you can have your toes slightly ahead of your hips, but you don't want it like past your shoulders, because then you start rotating. And that's when it gets a little bit dangerous. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to help, especially with tosses, when we get to tosses, for them, when they do free rides, to pull up and have their chest up and over. A lot of them will say, oh, it feels like they can't get into a dish. But when we start conditioning them like we did, all right, it'll force them into that position. So when they are coming down, this action will happen. So when they're weightless, when they're coming down, that'll happen when they pull. So the hips immediately, because it's tight and your arm action will pull them into a sitting position. Okay, there she started rotating, because she started a little bit too early. But again, it's how the flyer is going to work with the bases. It's that dynamic you have. So it's a purely practice thing. And again, us as coaches, we want everyone, for timing and execution's sake, everyone needs to be at the same height. So sometimes you need to tell guys, just slow down on the guns, just take it easy.
That's true.
But again, if you need more height, a fly just needs to be slightly more aggressive, and it's not really from the bases. It's an aggressive body posture that gets off and gets up.
All the work.
Yeah, it's really a teamwork, hand-in-hand thing. There's a lot of things a fly can do which will make it easier for the base to execute. Good. Ready? Okay, that's just that one. Alright, you've done courtesy before. Okay, and then the throw. Alright. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, pop that. Whoops, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. So you get them in, and it just comes straight onto your body if they're not strong enough. But when they start getting strong enough, you would start again with your toss drill basics, and it becomes timing here with your base. Alright, and all the base does, drive through, hand comes directly underneath the bum. And then as you can see, my hand is on her ankle, pulling her ankle in, keeping her body straight. So if I had to miss the ankle, her foot would swing, therefore her body would do that as I would push. But again, this, just pull the seat on the floor.
I need to get a count.
You want to get a count? Alright, go 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to hit probably 3.5. And arms as well. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So it's up, arms, and hitting it on the floor. That's it. Yeah. So when you would be coaching that in a team, you could either split the arms up if you're having an issue with the arms coming up. So you could be going 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, go 5, 6, 7, 8, pop 1. Or if everyone's fine with it, hit everything on 4. And then, so that's where a little bit of progression comes within your team. But again, all of it then affects how it looks. Because you can see how arms can throw your whole routine off when it's like up like popcorn and 100%. Cool.
We'll hold at the back of the ankle and underneath the bum to help boost it up in the initial part of going up. Okay? Once we go up, the back spot will then hold with both your hands on the ankle at the top. Do you want to do that quickly? You'll be the back. Yeah. Or, okay, so we're going to hold like so. The most important thing for me is to get my arms nice and straight. And I will squat to match Vickers or my secondary base so that he can just hold and control the lift. His most important thing is to control the ankle so it doesn't move around. And I'm going to get my arms nice and straight. Bases are going to be nice and close to each other. The chest must be basically touching. Okay.
And you must hold the ankle like that.
Yes. Okay. So then what I do, as I go up, I switch my hands to this underneath. So I start here in a nice squat. We're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go up. I'm going to switch my hands to that. My arms are nice and straight. I'm underneath the lift. I'm controlling. I'm holding the weight. Vickers is now controlling her ankle. And Lila's helping with that. We're going to cradle from the top. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay. So the most important
base is like this.
Yeah, I'm in a squat.
Straight.
I get my arms nice and straight. Yeah. Just to adjust his height so that he can hold the lift comfortably. I can be nice and straight. Okay? And I'm gonna hold the lift. The trick is when you turn your hands, it's gotta be in that point where she's weightless. So you get her right to the top where she's weightless, and then you switch your hands. Okay? Because you can't switch your hands while she's putting weight on you. So your bases, it will take a lot of practice. I know training Phoenix, it took forever for them to get this. They end up starting to lift a lot, and they don't use their legs to get it up. Okay, so use muscle, and then they're trying to get it. If you get stuck, okay, the quickest way to fix it is drop your legs quickly, get those arms nice and straight, because that will cause that weightless point. So if you're nice and straight there, and your arms are bent like this, and you're struggling with the lift, just drop quickly, and you'll straighten those arms up. Did you? Oh, okay, yes.
So I have a question for the side base.
Yes.
I saw you were holding the right hand under right in the center of the foot, right?
Yeah.
And then the left hand's on the ankle.
Yeah.
But when you're starting from the here, it's also holding the ankle as well.
Yes, that's
So then the
correct.
back squat's hands.
It is
not
holding
like-
the back of the ankle, so it's the back of the foot.
Yeah.
As soon as
I go
up,
Okay, so
the back spot will just
you wanna do it?
Yeah, we'll go up quickly. We'll try go slowly. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And get nice and straight. See, if I do this, I can push her foot in like that, and she's not moving now because she's correcting it. Okay. But there. So you want to keep your foot nice and like solid.
So if your head is on the wrong position, like
Position. I can.
she shifts.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, come down. Cradle, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if I don't fix my hand and I'm trying to push it up, I tend to push the base will tend to push her foot in, and most flyers will just keep going that way and they'll fall, okay? Or if I don't fix from here, so that's if I've overcorrected. If I don't fix from the bottom, I end up pulling her foot in, and then she comes falling over me. So you can almost kind of see if your flyer is doing that. It's normally your base is controlling that foot, keeping it not nice and solid and straight. Or your flyer might be doing this. But you might also be doing this, because that's uncomfortable, because her foot's doing funny things. Okay. Generally, it's the base's fault. Yes.
you seem tired. Can I main base for you?
No, I'm good. If you want to
Yeah, I
main
want
base,
to try
yeah,
it.
no, please,
If
come in.
you don't mind.
No, of course, come in. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to start. You want to try get on there nice and early. You're going to drive, must I be the back?
Anyone.
Okay.
We're going straight to extension.
Straight to extension. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Those look really, really good. You want to make sure that this doesn't dip, okay? So you want to make her flat or in a slight point.
Okay, so are my hands correct?
Yeah, your hands are perfect. Okay, so you're just taking it over your little bit. So you want to be holding it about over here. Okay. Ready? Cradle from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up.
That's the right position. And you don't go up in, you don't want to drop the ice cream.
Okay, now with this heel stretch, just remember it's a heel stretch.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, just practice.
But you're trying to keep it, but transitioning to.
Yeah, did you see it when I did the fly all night? When they hold onto a rail and then you swing up like that. And then swing all the way. So lots of swinging movements to help stretch the muscles a lot. I'll show you those numbers. There's different ones. I showed all your flyers. All these flyers. Okay, so they did that from you. Oh, we're going to do the groups here.
We can maybe leave.
Okay,
We're actually waiting over there. We didn't know you guys were
I'll show. So let me show you the ones by the pole there. These are not good to do when you're cold. You're just going to damage your muscles because you're swinging quite hard and to your furthest point. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to do that while you're cold. You have to do it while you're sweating. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold on into anything really. If you've got a rail, you've got anything. Just be careful. You're going to come from across there. You're going to swing. I don't know if you've seen ballet dancers and stuff doing this. Yeah. Okay. You're going to swing 10 times each leg. Then you're going to swing 10 times forward. So that's going to help with grabbing stuff. Obviously other leg as well. Then you're going to do scorpion kicks. So here, like that. And you have to kick as hard as you can to bounce off your furthest point. So you're going to get to your most flexible point and it's going to bounce you back. Your muscles are going to bounce you back. So you can't really do it like that's really going to do nothing. You have to really swing and almost leave the ground because you're swinging so hard. And your aim is to then kick your head. And then obviously as you get more and more flexible, it's compulsion. You'll be able to look up and see your feet compulsion. Which obviously is going to take a while. There aren't very many girls that can do that. Then there's really this morning. I was so cold. Then there's ones on the floor as well. So it's almost like this, but replicated on the floor. So
You can hold the lift grip and fly.
this one, is like so.
She was
and
doing
then
it now.
forward.
So, and then
Then
she
this one.
Hello?
This one, we're going to come up here.
Yeah.
And then you're going to swap legs, obviously do the same 3 that way. And then
This
this
way,
way
not step on it. Yeah.
as well. And this one's aim is to bounce off the
But the
floor.
most important
So your feet should touch the floor if you're flexible enough. And bounce off the floor. But also very few people can do those ones. And then there's one where you line your stomach on the floor as
exactly
well.
that. Both of us stay together. So what I always try to tell the guys when they go into like coach, that they should be together. They should never squeeze their bum. Because when you squeeze your bum,
You can, but it's
that,
tough.
never want that to happen. Okay.
You'll feel
So
it.
you don't want your feet to go out and touch.
Good job.
Yeah. Don't worry, when I first started
Because
cheerleading,
obviously when you're doing the
that's
scorpion,
exactly what
your
they
chest
told
isn't
us
going to be
as
past your
well.
hips. Your scorpion's going to be here. And your leg comes to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there's also different ones that you can practice on the floor. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's because your back's doing that. I've got photos of my ribs also sticking out. But you'll get that, it's fine.
Don't suck out. Your butt,
But again, you're not here with your scorpion. You're here with your scorpion. Your chest is always forward. And then there's base ones that you can do on the floor as well.
only squeeze your butt.
Where you go into positions and the base actually
Going out like that.
Levi,
Every
can you,
center of your body.
do you remember those stretches that we used to do for Worlds when Joan and came over where the flyer stood and the base was under the chest and under the leg and pulled up? Like scorpion stuff. So what the base will do is he'll come under the chest and then the leg will be up and then he'll pull you together. Floor ones as well. So, okay, I'm not very good at this one because my hamstrings are a bit of a stuff.
Do you want to get to one of them?
Yeah. Nicola. Yes.
Een van die tweelings.
Can you go on your knees?
One knee.
I'm going to show you one way I'm going to hold it
Heel
like
stretch.
this.
And then your waist will then stretch.
Then I'm going to bring it back together. I'm going to correct and use the arm hold. But this makes
This isn't showing that it back straight.
and then everything.
So that's a nice stretch to do as well. So the stretch is here as well as here. You can feel this one stretching. Yeah. You can do that.
I can.
Hey, go.
Jeez. You know I'm not as flexible. Please.
Okay, so can you hear how?
You tell him, okay? Tell him when to stop.
And I'm not wobbly at all. I can look at you guys. Okay, pop down. You'll be very at the top there. She actually, when she's squeezing like that and she's wobbling all over, it gets really heavy because
You're
then
trying to balance
yes,
her in the air.
yes.
Oh, okay.
But then when I'm in that nice post position and she's squeezing everything in, all of a sudden she becomes very light, my arms are straight, and I can comfortably talk with all of you and look at you because
She's squeezing.
yeah, I'm comfortable with her position. But bases never look at the crowd. Always look at your flyer. Okay.
Don't fly, you always look at the crowd.
Yes, always look at the crowd, and when they get more confident, they'll start waving, giving little shakes and all of that.
Are they allowed to do that? I saw one lady.
Yeah, she was.
Yes, was it one of the? There's a blonde girl in Phoenix who
Yes, she did
does
that.
all of that, and she wiggles, and of course she gets very comfortable in the air. The lift is going nice, and it looks
And you
like you're in
trust the
control, and the
bases.
judges,
Yes.
and she's like waving and enjoying the routine, and gives an impression to the
Right.
judges.
The other thing that was your basket tosses are just wow. And I was just like,
They get up
They're
to
gonna bump your head and
yes.
We never have enough
So-
distance to do that to catch our
Okay,
water.
with basket tosses, Lila. So when we link, we'll face it to the front. So you link. What I like to do is this. I know a lot of people don't do it. We learned this from some Canadian coaches, where you take your thumb and you link it with that other thumb. You grab your hands there like that. Keeps the toss nice together. Okay?
So your hands won't slip. So if you're like this, you fly with it.
Yeah, your hands can slip. This you hook nicely and you can both toss at the same time and your hands don't slip. So then when we go down, we're saying,
Okay, your hint, your middle finger,
yes,
you know this bone that's on top here? It's going in between the grooves.
yes, yeah.
So you hold it.
So grab your clever hand grab the stupid thumb in there, and you grab there. So your middle hand should be holding that
Now
bone.
bums never go out.
Okay.
Never have your bum leave the toss. Yeah, don't cheese score.
Yeah.
So you want to set
So then when you go down nice like that.
Junior
Don't
bases
go too
come?
far. So you want to keep a nice tight stomach, nice solid back,
Are you a junior
and then can, like this, nice squat.
Junior.
Okay, keep your arms straight, okay? You want to be nice and close like this. So that when you toss, you go down, boom, everything comes out of your legs. Don't move your back. Keep everything nice together and explode at the top.
Do this again.
Yeah, sure. Okay, there we go. So you're nice and connects like this, then you go 5, 6, 7, 8. Comes in, and then you throw up.
on my back.
You don't want to throw your back up. So you want to keep your back nice and straight. So if you're here, you're keeping the stomach nice and tight, keep your chest out, holding your arms nice and straight. So when she comes in, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going exploding to the top and you want to almost jump. So you want so much power coming out of your legs.
Careful tomorrow.
Okay, eyes holding there. Should be good. Step down. Space. Seven. This is the front of the hand. Yeah, wait. That's the front part of the foot. That covers the heels. Heels and back part of the foot as he's holding. So as he throws, he's catching like that. Right at the top. Because from here, I'm now conditioning that stunt. Okay, pushes first. Alright, so his hands, usually you can do it straight away. Alright, and then if he removes his backhand, he's in.
Oh, illegal.
So if you go to Worlds and you have a level 5 team, you can do it. Because it's a level, I think it's a level 4 stunt. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're going to Worlds and you've got a level 5 team, you can do that.
But with your 2 arms, what happens?
2 arms? No, if you have 1, you can do it with 1 as well.
No. Are you allowed to do 2 arms at our level?
Yeah, you can do 2 arms as well.
High school
Proper age.
or level rather?
I would say age and level for this is probably around, well here it's only 14 and up. But if you're looking at the levels in the States, I think you'll probably get it right. No, I'd leave it 14 and up.
Okay, so we can actually add this. It's legal to do the 2.
The throw?
Yes, the throw
you
with
can?
the 2 legs, not
Yeah.
1 arm. the two
Yeah.
arms at level what? 3, 4?
At level 3 and 4. Yeah.
Level 3.
As soon as you start letting go one arm, it goes into level 5.
Oh, okay.
The coach. But again, keep it very structured in 8s. So if your mids are going,
Structured in 8s.
if your bottom people are setting, you're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. Set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can hitch. You can already. It depending. If you're starting with older kids, you can already hitch on 5. So if you're gonna jump in 5, 6, 7, then jump 1, 2, 3, 4, go 5, 6, 7, 8. And the back people can go up 1. 1, 2, grab 3, 4, go 5, 6, 7, 8, and up already. So you should be able to complete this accurately enough within 2 8s easily. And again, it's very good cues are usually on 5 or 7 to give the bases enough time to stabilize. Because usually, if this is wobbly, you can't carry on. But again, if they are stable, 5s and 7s are good counts to use when you're counting through to execute next motions. Because you're giving the bases 5 counts to get stable, get confident, get ready, and stand firm. Alright, because that's what you guys are saying, like when you get in competition, they're taking too long to get into it, right? Okay. Alright, so from here, all she's going 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to go boom down, and we're just going to transition into the next thing, and I can even go to my next position.
Just catch.
Start with your back.
Go a bit down more. Wait,
Your back.
back straight. Back straight. The guys really sit underneath the body.
Lillian.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8. Go. Wait. Can't it static? Go down again. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and throw. Okay. 1, 2, 3, throw.
Catch.
There we go.
No, hold your
Hold your left. Hold his. Okay, so she's going to stand. She's going to
Didi,
5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, throw. Okay, so she's going to stand. It's going to. No, it says 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. No, just a small. 5, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Throw. So it's. Let's show you. So it's going. Can you leave it? So it's going.
Lillian,
No, it's
use
going
your
to be
phone on mine. Use your phone on mine.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Use your phone.
5, 6, 7, 8. And you go.
Bit up, down, and then boost.
Hold your own.
Settle, huh?
5, 6,
Are you on video? Why do you?
Are you ready to put in a straddle? It's a toe touch jump. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Okay.
That's nice. Okay, ready? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, go again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. So we're going, instead of the straddle, we're doing a pike jump. Okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Ready? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2.
So yeah, so you're gonna hold like this, and the side base will come in and hold underneath in the middle of the shoe and on top. Then your back spot will hold on the ankle and have their hands slightly underneath the bum over here. So your back spot will be like so underneath. Okay.
Wow.
So then when we go up, as I go up, I'm gonna go up to the top with that point where I get to the top and she feels like she weighs nothing, I'm going to turn my hands like this. The most important thing is for me to get my arms nice and straight, so that I'm nice and straight at the top. Okay? So that I'm holding it like that. And then, do you want to just stand up at the top there? And I'm nice and low.
And look how close they are.
And we're nice and close.
They're touching. A
Hold
lot
it.
of bases say split. And then all the weight is here.
You don't want to be holding it like this. You want to be nice and close together,
Right
holding the weights up there. Okay. Do you want to do one quickly?
Levi, you go back.
Or Vickers or anyone? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're going to start. You're going to start in underneath the bum.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to get nice and low. I'm going to share the lift with Danny. And hold it there. Okay, cradle. 5, 6, 7, 8. No worries. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cradle. Or pop down. Pop down. 5, 6, 7, 8.
You're going to dip on 1. You're going to turn to the back on 2. You're going to pull a T position on 3. And you're going to snap your arms in on 4. Which is going to spin you back around to the front. Okay, but this part of the back is important. So as I throw you, you look at the back, your feet are going to be behind you. You're going to have this T position, so you're in the air like this. And just before, it's going to feel like you're not going to get around. I promise you, it's going to feel like you're not going to get around. And as soon as you do this, you're going to snap around back to the front again. Do you understand? Do you want to see one quickly? Yes.
Do you want to do the back spot?
Yes.
Turning the back.
Well, it's going to do nothing.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, I thought you were going to run away from that.
Jonas.
Yeah.
Do you see that T? And then snap. And remember that dish position when you're landing, hey? None of this when you're landing. It hurts your back when you land like this. Nice and tight. You want to see it again?
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4.